So I'm staying at my boyfriend's apartment right now. I walked in and this was the first thing I saw. Why? I don't know. Last night I was cooking dinner and discovered that he doesn't have a can opener, so I had to stab giant holes into my cans to open them. Then I was cooking and went to find some butter, something most people have in their fridge, right? No. This is all that's in my boyfriend's fridge. White Claws, slime, Cheese Whiz, hot fudge, fruit punch, more alcohol, and I don't want to know what that is. Oh, and here are his cabinets. Yeah, here's some more cabinets. Nothing. Here is his cup cabinet. No real cups, just mugs, a Grinch cup, and wine glasses. Nobody panic though. Luckily, he does have a cabinet full of candy and a Starbucks apron. He doesn't work at Starbucks, nor has he ever. But his bedroom's normal, right? Oh, what is this? It's a pillow of my boyfriend, dressed like an old man. Sometimes I truly do wonder how he survives without me.
How do we survive without the women in our lives criticizing us and shaming us? You know, 60 years ago, the girlfriend's instinct upon seeing this would have been to help him out, like go and buy him a can opener, do something nice for him, organize his kitchen for him, support him. For modern women, the instinct seems to be to pull out your phone and shame him on social media. Gentlemen, pay attention. If your girlfriend is given the choice between supporting you and shaming you, and she chooses to shame you, take note. The personality that she shows you while dating is also going to manifest in the future as a wife and a mother. And you do not want to have children raised by a woman who is inherently selfish.
Day in the life of a selfish woman. I'm 32 years old with no desire to get married or have children. Not wanting to be a mother has less to do with finding the right person than it does living a life free from avoidable stress. At 32, I finally feel like I'm at a place where I can do what I want, when I want, without answering to anyone, and it feels fucking awesome. Having a child would completely change that, and for what? Being a mother is really hard, and I don't want to work hard. Being selfish is a wonderful thing a woman can be.
Some women view motherhood as something on their checklist. Like at some point I'll become a mother, I'll have kids, and then I'll be able to tick that off. You know, I've achieved that goal. For other women, having children is not a goal to be accomplished. Being a mother isn't something that one day they will do. It's something that they are. It doesn't need to be forced or achieved. It's inevitable because it springs from the natural expression of their own femininity. You can tell which women are going to be excellent mothers because they express their femininity long before children even arrive. They do that because that's one of their values. And I'm going to explain to you now that there are two types of women. You've got masculine women who try and find happiness through goals and achievements. And then you've got feminine women who find happiness through the expression of values. Those are the ones that you should commit to. For decades, feminism has encouraged women to be more outcome oriented. Pursue your goals, achieve more, push yourself, compete, win, succeed. And what's the result? By many objective measures, the lives of women in the United States have improved over the past 35 years. Yet we show that measures of subjective well-being indicate that women's happiness has declined both absolutely and relative to men's. It's not working because at a fundamental level, the goals-oriented approach to life is at odds with femininity. When women tie their happiness to achievements and goals, it creates an enormous amount of stress and anxiety. They become future-focused, competitive, and selfish. It pushes women to repress their emotions. And all of that beautiful, swirling feminine energy that can be so creative and spontaneous, instead it becomes rigid and efficient and masculine. It makes women miserable because if their happiness is dependent upon outcomes in the future, then the pressure is on them to always be strong. But that's just not natural. Women aren't meant to be like that. Women are meant to be soft.
Soft women are like Play-Doh. They're pliable, they move, we can work with them easily. They know in order for me to remain incredible, I have to keep my heart soft. Be a soft woman. A soft woman is the strong woman. She's not easily broken. Be soft, not strong. Strong women are weak.
When a woman is feminine, she lives for values, not goals. Goals are for the future. Values are right now. That's how a woman can have a beautiful motherly energy before she even becomes a mother. When a woman is living for values, happiness and contentment are available right now. I have a bunch of studies that prove this, and I know that you guys like to see the data, so I'm going to show you that in a moment. But first, I also know that you guys want to look your best, but you don't want to put in a lot of effort. Our brains are wired for maximum reward for minimum work. The sponsor of today's video, Tiege Hanley, completely understands that. The great news for you is that a good skincare routine can only take a couple of minutes out of your day, but even with that small amount of effort, it can yield incredible results with much healthier and more youthful looking skin. Tiege Hanley is a skincare company that is specifically designed for men. They know what men want. Their products are simple and effective. The starter box comes with everything that you need: the AM cream, the PM cream, your facial scrub, your daily moisturizer, and an instruction card that tells you how much to apply of which cream and at what time of the day. It's so easy. Just do what you're told and watch your skin improve. And if you live in the United States, they'll even ship it directly to your door for free. And since Tiege Hanley is a sponsor of my channel, they're offering my audience an incredible deal. If you click on my personal link, you're going to get 40% off your first box. Plus, if you become a member, you're going to get 20% off for life. And on top of that, a free gift valued at $20. One of the gifts that you can choose from is this body scrubber. It's the ultimate grooming tool to effortlessly exfoliate your skin. And again, it's completely free with your first order. You can find Tiege Hanley in hundreds of stores across the US. But if you want the best offer, then shop through my unique link and begin your skincare journey today. Okay, back to my claim that women who live for goals are less happy and less content than feminine women who live for values. The Mindfulness Project put out this piece. This explains the difference between values and goals. I'm going to read it to you now. Unlike goals, values can't be completed or ticked off a list. They are a direction we desire to keep moving in, an ongoing process that never reaches an end. A good example of a value is being loving and caring, as opposed to the goal of getting married. You can have the intention to be loving and caring every day for the rest of your life, but once you're married, you are married. Goal achieved. You may even end up being married and at the same time being hard-hearted and uncaring. Of course, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't ever set goals for ourselves, but rather than seeing their achievement as our ultimate aim in life, we should look upon them as lucky byproducts that may or may not happen while living a life according to our deepest values. This approach is perfectly in alignment with femininity. It is restful, it's a process, it's not outcome-oriented. The competitive, analytical approach to living to achieve goals is incredibly stressful to women. The harsh truth is that at a biological level, women do not handle stress as well as men. In this study, they found that there are tangible differences in the stress receptors of the brains of men and women, particularly for the stress hormones corticotropin and glucocorticoids. Reading from the study, a common feature shared by most stress-related psychiatric disorders is that they occur more frequently in women than in men. Women are, in fact, twice as likely as men to suffer from unipolar depression and several anxiety disorders, including PTSD. This disparity is often attributed to gender. The reviewed studies suggest that receptor sex differences can cause stress responses in females to shift more easily into a dysregulated state, and likely play an important role in the disparity seen between males and females in mood and anxiety rates. You understand, this isn't cultural, this is biological. Women are emotional, they experience hormonal fluctuations. Femininity has evolved to be flexible. That's not a weakness, that's a strength. You don't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. So why are we judging women on their ability to be masculine? That makes no sense. A values approach to life fits the temperament of women much better than chasing goals and being outcome oriented. And this is not just me saying this is what the research proves. There was a positive and significant relationship between femininity and performance avoidance. This means that a person high in femininity is also concerned with avoiding tasks at which he or she may fail. This is not a surprising result when one considers some of the words that make up the femininity gender role: shy, sensitive to others' needs, soft-spoken, gullible, and gentle. All of these words suggest someone who does not like the spotlight. By contrast, there was a positive and significant relationship between masculinity and performance approach. This means that a person high in masculinity is also highly concerned with appearing superior to his or her peers. This is also not a surprising result when one looks at the words that make up the masculine scale: athletic, strong personality, forceful, dominant, and competitive. For years, women have been bombarded with feminist propaganda telling them that they should adopt these traits, that they should be forceful, dominant, and competitive. But women are beginning to realize that approaching life in that way does not make them happy. For one thing, the woman who is focused on achieving her goals and has the selfish mindset that comes along with that, she's not going to have time for distractions like boyfriends and children. They're just going to get in her way. They're going to weigh her down. So she stays focused on her goals, only to wake up one day with her inner femininity screaming as she realizes that she's desperately lonely.
I genuinely need the universe to explain. I'm over here ready to be wifed. No. I'm ready to fall so in love. Like, I'm ready to give someone serious babies. I'm 31 today, and no one is sitting across the table from me at dinner and holding my hand or telling me how beautiful I look or coming home and doing whatever it is that people do. It's unfair. It's ridiculous.
And you love it when women sincerely believe that they are victims of their own dating choices. But the fact of the matter is that women have a very limited fertility window. Biology does not wait. Just because you wanted another 10 years in the corporate world so you could get that promotion, biology doesn't care. And even if a woman does have a husband and children, if she is goal-oriented, then that's going to impact the way that she relates to them. In my private consultations, I've seen a lot of men who married women who were goal-oriented. And the truth is, they often make really good business partners. They work together as a team and they make lots of money. But guess what? The woman neglects the children, they never have sex, and when the divorce inevitably comes, the woman makes off with a whole bunch of the money. Being goal-oriented is also going to massively impact how she interacts with her children. If she's a value-oriented woman and she lives to just express love and kindness, then the children are going to be nurtured and supported. They're going to be able to blossom at their own pace. But if she's a goal-oriented woman, she's going to turn the children into perfectionists, pushing them to achieve this or that, striving to reach these goals. A childhood that should be full of fun and laughter will instead be filled with homework and practice. But this is not what women want. I'm telling you, deep down, women want to live a values lifestyle. They want to partner with a man who has a goals mindset so that they can complement each other and she can focus instead on her femininity.
As a society, we are kind of fizzling away from the boss babe culture. Early 20s, they're like, I'm done. I don't want to work. I just want to be married. I just want to be a wife. When you marry somebody who provides for you and is very masculine and you can just turn your brain off around them, it changes your entire mindset. Like I don't even know the girl from 2 years ago that wanted a career so badly and was such a hustler. Not saying that I'm not a hard worker anymore and that I'm not driven, but when you get married to somebody who does all the thinking for you, it is so nice. I'm just a wife. Like, I absolutely love it. I have such a good life this way, and I couldn't have imagined it in any other way. Applying to colleges and trying to figure out my career path was so incredibly stressful. It was so stressful. And so I think it's amazing that we're kind of shifting away from that. I'm not saying it's bad to be a boss babe, but I'm telling you right now, when you actually relax into your femininity and let somebody else take care of you, girl, life is so much better.
The truth is, getting to live for values instead of goals is a privilege. It's a gift. It's an opportunity, and modern women are blowing it. They think the attainment of goals is going to make them happy. All it's going to do is make them stressed and unattractive to men. What makes a woman desirable is when she embodies her femininity as the natural expression of her values and lives happily content within those values. That is sexy as fuck. The stressful, striving, goal-oriented women, they're ugly. It's an ugly, ugly trait. It doesn't match with femininity. Now, some guys have listened to this video thinking, damn, maybe I'm too goal-oriented as a man. I'm always chasing the future. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe I should be living a values lifestyle too. Is this just for women, or can men also make this choice? The answer is yes, they can. Kind of. It's different. There are important lessons to be learned for men, both from goals and values. I'm going to spend the rest of this video discussing this so that you understand the role that each plays and the balance that you should seek in your own life. If you'd like to keep watching, come and join me on Patreon. What you see posted here on YouTube, these are just the shortened, abridged versions of my videos. I go into a lot more depth in the Patreon versions. Particularly, I like to talk about how to take the theory and put it into practice. If that sounds good to you, come join me on Patreon.